Hello, 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 everybody. We're at the Daily Antidote. That probably is not going exactly with the music, but here we are. Here we are once again at the Daily Antidote. This is Sandy Davis is playing the accordion there. And before I say anything else, I know you can see his right hand too, but the real magic happens with his left hand and all those thousands of buttons. Somebody knows where to punch those babies, even when he can't see it. Anyway, enough about that. My name is Peter Amidon. I'm very happy to be with you on day 1951. What did I say? 1951. And before we get back to Andy, I just want to say hello to Andy. Everybody give him a big hand. Hello, Andy. We're so happy you're here. And hello, Joe. Thank you very much for your life work here. And Candace, who's helping us out with, and Clelio also is helping out. And Athena, which is is this her, how many days has Athena done this now? Anyway, Athena is our new tech person who's been a really faithful audience member. So she's in Brooklyn, New York. And hello, Arlene from California, and Diane and Tammy in British Columbia. Hello, Susan in Cincinnati, and Hoda from British Columbia. Hello there, Bonnie from Boise, Idaho. Hi, Nan from Michigan. Sheila in Florida. Good to see you, Linda from Orcas Island. Karis from Silver Springs, Maryland. Kathleen from New Mexico. Neil from Boston. Luda from British Columbia. Deli from Maryland. Hello, Ann Lafferty, and there's, whoops, I just lost, hang on, there you go. And there's Al. Let me see what I just did. Okay, I'm still in a good place. I just lost my place for a second. Bear with me. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there it is. There's Al. And Annette from California. Hello, Pauline and William from Newcastle in the United Kingdom. Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts. There's Carolyn from Boise, a second Boise, Idaho person. And hello, Jim in Sweden. And we have Kevin in DC, Linda in Massachusetts. Hello, Nancy, who's in Washington State. Bob from Albany, New York. Marion from the UK, that's Brighton, UK. Sydney in San Francisco, California. Bob in Massachusetts. Hey, Jenny from Suffolk, UK. Elizabeth from California. Carolyn in DC. Hello, Julie. And Julie Creolet, Alexander, and then there's of course Don Peabody, and let's not forget Kathy from Cheyenne. So I think that's everybody, except let's all say hello to all of the Facebook and YouTube people. Thank you very much for joining us. You're part of our family too. And before I turn this over to Andy, I just need to tell you that we have been friends for 47 years. Since sorry to shock you like that, Andy. We've been since back in the early days. I used to go over. He lived in New Hampshire, and Mary Alice and I, we were all young. We were all actually a lot younger then, and we'd go over and just play tunes with Andy. And then he ended up in Brattleboro, and Andy and I ended up doing so many things together. I'm not going to even list them because it would take up all the time here. But he's a dear, dear friend and a wonderful colleague. So, Andy, what do you want to do today? What do you got for us? Oh, you're muted, Andy. You're muted. There you go.
You'd think I hadn't done this before. Anyway, I thought I'd get back to basics with everything going on in the world and do a song to honor agriculture and all of the people that sustain agriculture, work outdoors every day. This is a song that dates back to the late 19th century. That's 2 centuries ago, if you're counting. A book published in 1891 by the Grange. If you don't know about the Grange, do a little Googling and you'll learn about the Grange. They're still around and they support people who live rural lives like some of us. And I'm going to do this song. It's to the tune of Columbia, the Gem of the Ocean. So if you're going like, what is that tune? You can just, the whole time I'm playing, you can just be jamming on Columbia, Gem of the Ocean if you'd like. But it does have a nice chorus. It's almost like a pub song. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. The plow, spade, and hoe. It almost sounds like a pub in England, but it's actually referring to the three very important implements of someone who works the soil: the plow, the spade, and the hoe. So I'll do the lyrics. It goes around the cycle of the seasons. And whenever I sing, oh, the farmers forever, three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe, then we'll repeat that and you'll get to sing it. And of course, you can sing both times if you want. You could pretty much just keep singing and we'll all be happier. All right, so here we go from 1891. Let's see. The farmers are the chiefs of the nation, the finest of nobles they be. How blessed beyond others their station, from want and from envy how free. Their patent was granted in Eden, long ages and ages ago. Here it comes. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. Sing it again. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. In April, when nature is waking, and the bluebird is first upon the wing, the plow now the fallows is breaking, whence beautiful harvest then shall spring. Then broadcast along the brown furrows, we hasten the good seed to sow. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. Sing it again. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. And then in the cool autumn weather, they reap the reward of their care. So busy and joyful together, what monarch with them can compare? Their barns teeming over with plenty, the trees with their fruit hanging low. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe with spirit. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. Then sing me the life of the farmer, with comfort and health in its train, and heed not the voice of the charmer, who whispers in your ear of speedier gain. Now all the rich treasures are teeming, that the earth on us can bestow. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. Sing it now. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. One more. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe.
Okay, everybody. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip,
Hip
hip,
hip,
hooray!
hooray,
Hip, hip, hooray!
hooray!
It's such a great body of music, those Grange songs. It's such it's kind of like, I feel like that's like a hymn to the, a jolly hymn, but a hymn to the farmers, just right out of the hymn book. And
It
I don't
is.
know I've heard that back in the 19th century, 200 years ago, as you said, that they were like that had these sort of songwriting competitions in the Granges, and that's where a lot of these great songs come from. What do you know anything about? Does that sound familiar?
No, that's the first I've heard of it, but that goes right along with using the familiar tunes that people wrote the lyrics. The Grange songbook is filled with new lyrics for old familiar songs.
Mhm.
And it was kind of like a 19th century form of karaoke. Everybody already knew the melodies,
Right.
and then you just hand out word sheets and entertain one another. And that
Yeah.
makes so much sense, Peter. That's a very
Yeah, no, I think that was
insightful.
part of it. Maybe not the whole thing, but but the Grange was was a farmers' organization, and music was quite central to it. And there's just so many. That's a really beautiful song, and it's just a very, it's I would kind of say that's like a farmer in a good year. You know,
Yeah, no, it's
it's
definitely
very optimistic.
idealized. The one thing that I did, I just between you and me, Peter, don't tell anybody else.
I won't.
The original was all gendered male, because as
Oh
in
yeah,
many songs.
right.
But since I moved to Vermont, most of the farmers I know are women. So I
Hmm.
I do what I did what I call pluralize the song. It's about
That's great.
farmers, and
Yeah.
that's the way I made it inclusive, was simply by making it about everybody, um, regardless of.
Certainly, that's a tradition that they had back then, but certainly the farmers were not just men 200 years ago. God knows that's true in terms of all the work that was being done.
Well, I once heard a farm woman say, well, the men, they can handle something simple like riding a tractor, but we're putting food by,
Yeah,
we're collecting herbs, we're canning, I mean, the women were the
yeah,
scientists and the industrialists, and, um, you know,
that's true. Well, I've mentioned before about how people who are steeped in traditional music, when they write songs, they sound like traditional songs. And that was a song Andy sang just then that was a well, more or less traditional Grange song. But Andy is a really wonderful writes absolutely wonderful songs. Just churns them out, and they all really sound kind of like traditional because you do the same thing, right? Sometimes you'll take a traditional melody, and sometimes there it is.
it's funny you should mention that, Peter. I happen to have a book of my songs. These are mostly original tunes, but there's a couple of that I borrowed.
Hmm.
Um, but this is called Gold into Straw, which is a long story about taking liquid gold, known as human urine, and using it to apply to farm fields, which is a thing my son is involved in here in Brattleboro, Vermont. So that's why the book is called Gold into Straw, because there's a song in here about his the Rich Earth Institute. But if anyone's interested, you can just write me at andy@dancingmasters.com. I'm sure they will put that in the chat if you have any questions about it or any interest in it. I'm actually doing a concert, Peter, up at the Common Ground Fair this year in Unity, Maine,
Hmm.
on September 21st. I know that day is free for all of you. If you have any friends in Maine, I'm going to be doing a set of my songs at the what they call the Spotlight Theater, and so
So
I
is
wanted
that
to
is
mention that
Unity
gig.
is it when in Unity, Maine? Isn't that kind of a there's a Quaker community there or something? Is that?
You're thinking, I think, of Unity, New Hampshire,
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Unity,
which
Maine.
is just
Yeah.
as good as Unity, Maine. But
So that's going to be in a up in how far? Where is Unity, Maine?
well, it's up a little. It's not far from Belfast.
Yeah.
It's pretty far down east. But the Common Ground Fair is sponsored by the Maine Organic Farmers and Gardeners Association. I love the acronym MOFGA. It
Oh my
sounds like
gosh.
something from a Japanese B science fiction movie, MOFGA. But
Really.
it is the most beautiful country fair that you could possibly go to. That's really centered on eco agriculture, the use of herding sheep with dogs, farming with horses, organic vegetables, and lots of music. And there's a contra dance that kind of runs throughout most of the fair, and shape note singing. So there's really no reason to not go. It's always that third weekend of September. This year it's the 20th, 19th to 21st.
I
The
think you
Common
just sort of
Ground Fair. It's been going on for decades.
you're the perfect person to be there because you're so involved in all of those things. Shape note singing, you're a very active dance caller, and not to mention singing leader and song composer.
Well,
Any
Peter, I
other
am
dates?
calling the
Any?
Williams. I'm calling the Williamstown dance tomorrow night in Williamstown, Mass. I know some of you are in that vicinity.
Mhm.
If you have any friends out in Western Mass, I'll be calling the Williamstown, out where Williams College is,
That's
tomorrow night.
fantastic. And I think, tell me about when you, what got you into playing the accordion? Was there any particular person that did that, or what's the story with that? You're such a good accordion
Yeah,
player.
I have a I have a true and ready answer for that. Um, my friend Laurie Andrus, who now lives in Seattle, he grew up in the Baltimore area, and I was playing piano for a lot of contra dances back in the days before we could carry these lightweight keyboards that are almost as good as pianos around. And when you showed up at a hall to play piano, you had to play whatever was in the hall, and some of them were pretty rough and terrible. And when I did a gig with Laurie, I would go searching for some dusty old piano, and Laurie would pull this beautiful accordion out of his case and sit down and play. And he was a keyboardist like I was, so I just started learning and he was such a good player that he's always my model. Laurie, light, bouncy, try to sound like a button accordion on the piano accordion. That was his advice.
So, and
And
to say, and so just to translate that, because the button accordion, you have different notes in different directions, so you have kind of natural space between the notes. So it sounds like, yeah, it's so it's more almost staccato, right, Andy? I mean, it's just,
yeah, and you have to do that with a light touch on the accordion rather than
absolutely, yeah.
you have to play really
So,
light and also in the left hand too, nice and light. And then you can get that bounce.
and I know Laurie Anders is a really great accordion player and inspiration to many people. But at this point, Andy has been an inspiration to many people. I believe he gave my wife Mary Alice lessons, and you have such a light touch. And I know when you made that album with Keith Murphy and Becky Tracy, Keith just said you're just kind of a you're so locked in with the rhythm. You're so strong rhythmically that it's kind of like sounds sort of simple what you do, but I know there's a lot of stuff behind it,
Thanks,
especially
Peter.
that kind of
I
strong, that
snuck a
power.
dance tune you probably noticed in the middle of that song. That was a
Yeah.
tune by Ralph Page, who
Yes.
was the great dean of New England contra dancing for many years when the rest of the country didn't know anything about it, and he kept it going. Lived in Keene, New Hampshire, and he wrote that tune called Rollstone Mountain.
Hmm.
And Peter, one day I was driving along Route 101 heading west, and I just happened to glance to the left. A little side road had a street sign, and it said on it, Rollstone Mountain.
No,
So
that's
it's a local
amazing.
place. He wrote that
Wow.
song after a local place over.
Amazing. Yeah. The tune became more famous than the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really great. Well, it's been, we've had we could talk all day about all the other, do you have any other, just, thoughts about, just in terms of the music you're making, in terms of what's happening these days in the world, and if there's any relationship there?
Well, I know other people that come to the Daily Antidote are worldly people that care very deeply about what's going on in our country and in the world. And I'm like that. But for me, a refuge is things like the Daily Antidote, getting together and playing with my neighbors. I have a weekly group. We just jam. It's not a performance group. We just get together and play for this. As one member says, they were asked at one of our little freebie gigs in the community, "Do you guys play for money?" And the answer was, "No, we play for our own amazement." And I never forgot that. I'm going down to Pine Woods Camp in Massachusetts for one of the Country Dance and Song Society weeks. I think Joe's going to be down there.
Oh, good.
I'm going to be down there for Campers Week and then stay on for this slightly shorter week called Trad Mad, which is not Country Dance and Song Society, but it's a wonderful, uh, totally gender fluid, all generations from octogenarians to children that get together because they love traditional music, singing, playing instruments, telling stories, dancing. It's simply called Trad Mad, and it's
As
a
I've heard, it's a
wonderful
tremendous
community.
week. Some really, really great, a lot of great singer, a lot of great, lot of staff who are really wonderful and important, leading traditional singers, singing leaders, and dance leaders. And
Yep.
I just have to say that, you know, that there's no reason to be apologetic about doing this music in the face of what's going on, because some people beautifully, what they do so beautifully is come on directly about it. This is a song about how we feel and our
Yeah.
anger and protest, but what you're doing a lot, and I'm doing a lot too, is just basically getting people together to sing together and to dance together, and that is a very powerful message in itself. It's
Yeah.
about as powerful as it can get in terms of what's happening today. It says this is the way, this is the way people can live. This is the way people can be, and I think you're quite a very important part of that, Andy.
Thanks, Peter. Well, singing a song like the Plow, Spade, and Hoe is. My son taught me that environmentalism and agriculture are just totally one. Our
Right.
agricultural world is transforming, especially here in New England. There are so many innovations going on to try to protect our environment and grow food. So when I sing a song like this, I do think it's an old song, but it still echoes true that we should be aware of these cycles and be part of nature. So
So
uh,
let's do it again.
let's do it again. I love doing a song more than once, and thank you, Peter.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Daily Antidote of Song. I feel like when I'm on here, I get a daily dose of just hope. It's So keep up the good work. It's nice that we're crowding in on 2,000 days here. All right, so here it is, the Plow, Spade, and Hoe. Please harmonize. I always love to quote Pete Seeger. How do you harmonize? Well, you listen to what someone else is singing and sing something else. And I'm the only one you're going to hear singing, so just experiment, be bold. Here we go. The farmers are the chiefs of the nation, the finest of nobles they be. How blessed beyond others their station, from want and from envy how free. Their patent was granted in Eden, long ages and ages ago. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. Harmony! Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. In April, when nature is waking, and the bluebird is first upon the wing, the plows now the fallows are breaking, whence beautiful harvest then shall spring. Then broadcast along the brown furrows, we hasten the good seed to sow. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. And then in the cool autumn weather, they reap the rewards of their care. How busy and joyful together, what monarch with them can compare? Their barns running over with plenty, and the trees with their fruits hanging low. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and hoe. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plow, spade, and life of the farmer, with comfort and health in its train. And heed not the voice of the charmer, who whispers in your ear of speedier gain. Now all the rich treasures are teeming that the earth on us can bestow. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plows, Spade and hoe. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plows, Spade and hoe. One more. Oh, the farmers forever. Three cheers for the plows, Spade and hoe.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Andy. So we're
Thank
going to
you.
leave Andy for a second, and let's see what's going on with the Daily Antidote this week. I'm going to put up a little thing. Is every day is some of the we're still getting. Can you believe it? After 1,951 days, we're still getting new artists. It's the most amazing thing. And there's bunches of them actually. And there must be. I'm not sure. Oh, here it comes. So we had a bunch of wonderful people today. Of course, Andy is today. I want to mention particularly Deirdre McCullough, who was here on Tuesday, because there's an archive. You can check it out. Look at the website and go. You can look at any of these old ones, but check out Deirdre because she was new to the Daily Antidote, and she's quite wonderful. So Andy is today. Tomorrow we're going to have Annette Wazelik, and on Sunday we're going to have and Annette is from Washington D.C. Tomorrow from the UK we're going to have Malara. So and that's it. And then if you're on the mailing list, you'll just get every week you'll get a whole list of each person that's coming this week. And so let's give a big thanks to Andy again. Thank you very much, Andy, for today and for all you do for bringing people together with singing and dancing and tunes. It's really that's really great, and it's deeply healing. So thanks for that. Thanks a lot, Joe, for your lifetime project here, and Candace for your work. She's in LA. Candace helping us out here. Clelio, thank you very much from Pennsylvania for helping us out. Athena, who's been a really important part of our family for so long. It's so great to have you actually as part of the staff now who's making this possible. Goodbye to Arlene in California, Diana and Tammy in British Columbia. Goodbye, Susan in Ohio and Bonnie in Idaho, Sheila in Florida. Goodbye, Linda from Orcas Island and Karis from Maryland. Goodbye, Kathleen from New Mexico and Neil from Boston. Goodbye, Luda from Victoria, British Columbia, and thank you. And Annette from California. Kevin in D.C., Mabel and her bears in Massachusetts. Goodbye, Caroline in D.C., and Bob from Albany. So long, Julie in Ontario. And goodbye to Carolyn in Boise, Idaho. Goodbye to Jim in Sweden, Laris in the UK, Marion in the UK, and goodbye to, looking along here, there, Pauline and William. Pauline and William, goodbye. They're in Newcastle in the United Kingdom. Sydney in San Francisco, California. Goodbye, Kevin in New Hampshire. Goodbye, Delhi in Maryland. Don in my own Vermont. Goodbye, Linda from Massachusetts, and Storm from Massachusetts, and Al from Massachusetts. Goodbye, Anne from Maryland, Nancy from Washington State, and Bob from Massachusetts. Goodbye, Jenny from the UK, and Elizabeth all the way out in there in California. Ray, Joe's mom. Once again, Ray, thank you for having Joe in New Jersey. And Curly Tops in Vermont. Goodbye, Kay in Texas. And so long, Gary in Massachusetts. And let's all say goodbye to all of the faithful Facebook and YouTube folks. Goodbye to them. Andy, I'll probably see you soon, I'm sure, in church or somewhere. We see each other a lot for one thing or another. But it's really great to see you in the Daily Antidote, and a privilege to host you.
Thank you,
So
Peter. I'm so happy you were the host today. It meant a great deal to me.
quite wonderful, quite a wonderful thing. So we'll see you everybody tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow at the Daily Antidote. This machine is just rolling along. Bye bye, everybody.